All right, welcome to part 4 of the section 4.1 videos. We're going to look at a couple word problems here that are based on being a piecewise function. All right, so we got a football player, Joe. He signed a new 5-year contract with the following incentive clause. If Joe will get $1,000 for every touchdown pass for the first 30 touchdown passes he throws. Then he's going to get paid $1,500 for every touchdown pass from 31 to 40. Now, that's only 10 touchdowns because the first 30 he gets paid $1,000. Anything after that, each touchdown pass after 30 is worth $1,500. And then once he goes over 40 touchdown passes, they're going to pay him $2,000 for each pass over 40. So if we let x represent the number of touchdown passes, p of x represents the money earned for throwing x touchdown passes, let's write our piecewise function. P of x equals this left brace. The first function is always the easiest to write. 1,000 times x. And that's for all the touchdown passes from 0 to 30. He could throw nothing, doesn't get any money. All right, now the second function, this is going to be a little tricky. We have to max out the first incentive clause. So we take the 30, the biggest number in the domain restriction, put it in for x. 30 times 1,000 is 30,000. So this first number is the maxed out value of the previous incentive clause. Then what do is we're going to add 1,500 times every touchdown pass after 30. So you have to take your x and subtract 30. So for example, if he threw 35 touchdown passes, 35 minus 30 is 5. You only get 1,500 times 5 touchdown passes, not all 35. And my domain restriction here is now 30 is less than x is less than or equal to 40. Okay, so that's this 30 written right here. Now, you could also, another way of doing this is since you can't have 30.2 or 30.7 or 30.8 touchdown passes, you could make this number a 31 because your domain is going to be working with all integer values. So it could be 31 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 40. That would still be acceptable. All right, now let's figure out when he gets paid $2,000 for every touchdown pass once he goes after 40. So now we have to max out the first two levels. So again, go to the biggest number in this domain restriction, put it in for x. 40 minus 30 is 10. 10 times 1,500 is 15,000. Added to the already maxed out 30,000 from the first level, that's 45,000 is the max for the first two incentive clauses. Then we're going to add the 2,000 times the number of total passes minus 40. Again, that comes from that same 40 we had for the max value from the previous. So notice this 30, max in that domain restriction, minus 30. Max domain value restriction minus that value in the next function. And this is for all passes over 40. Again, if you wanted, you could say x is greater than or equal to 41 since we're dealing with integers. So how much bonus will Joe get if he throws 36 touchdown passes? Well, 36 fits between 30 and 40 for this domain restriction, so we're going to put 36 in for this x of the second function. So 36 minus 30 is 6. 6 times 1,500 is 9,000. Plus the 30,000 gives you 39,000 for a bonus incentive. So if Joe wants at least $60,000 in bonus at the end of the year, how many touchdown passes must he throw to get at least 60 grand? Well, 60, notice the max out value, is bigger than 45,000. So we're definitely going to have to throw over 40 touchdown passes. So we're going to take the third expression And now if I want at least 60, that means this has to be greater than or equal to 60,000, not less than. Even though it says least, that's not less. All right, nothing smaller than 60,000. I can have 61, 62, 63, 70, 80, 90. So it's got to be greater than 60,000. And now we solve this for x. Subtract over the 45,000. Now that's gone. 2,000 times x minus 40 is greater than or equal to 60,000 minus 45,000, 15,000. Divide over the 2,000. Okay. The zeros cancel. 15 divided by 2. That's going to be weird. That's 7.5. That's okay. Don't panic. Add over the 40. He has to throw at least 47.5 touchdown passes. Well, again, you can't throw half a pass, so we're going to have to round this up to 48. So he has to throw 48 or more touchdown passes to earn at least a $60,000 bonus. All right, my next word problem. Anybody who's got a job gets to do this problem. Here's the 2021 federal income tax bracket for single filers. You look at any tax bracket, folks, believe it or not, these are all domain restrictions. Now, the misconception is that, if I make over $523,601 or more, I have to pay 37% tax on my gross income. That's not true. If I made $1 million, I don't pay 37% on that whole entire million. No, this is just like Joe's incentive clause. All right? 1,000 for the first 30, 1,500 from 30 to 40, the next 10, 2,000 for everything after 40. So for the tax one, first one's easy. 10% as a decimal is 0.10. You multiply it by x. We'll call x be your income. And that's for this domain restriction, 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 99.50. And just like Joe's incentive problem, we want to max out the first bracket. Take the 99.50, multiply it by 0.10, $995. Now add to it the 12% as a decimal multiplied by x minus the previous max in the domain restriction, because we've already paid the tax up to this number. So if I made $9,950 $1 times 12% is just 12 cents. That's all I pay. I still pay the $9.95 plus an extra 12 cents. So it's not 12% on any value in between here, only what's above it. All right, so my domain restriction is right here. 9951 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 4525. All right, let's max this bracket out. Take the biggest number in the domain restriction, put it in for x. Okay, go to your calculator for this because these are going to be crazy numbers. 995 plus 0.12 times 40525 minus 9950, $4,664 is the first two lines of the tax bracket maxed out. So if I made $40,525, I paid $4,664 in federal income tax. All right, now we're in the next tax bracket, 20. Holy cow, it jumped up 10%. Whew. I tell you what, it would not be happy to be here. I would try to earn my income back down to this tax bracket. I need some write-offs. All right, so here we go. 0.22, so plus 0.22 times x minus, again, previous. We got to use that 4525 again and subtract it from the x. And that's for this domain restriction. Again, the federal IRS, they round everything to the nearest whole dollar. They don't mess with cents. That's because they don't make sense. They're crazy. Alright, so let's max out the three levels. Take the 86375, put it into this X. We're going to the calculator to enter that in. 4664 plus 0.22 times 86375 minus the 40525. $14,751 is the all three of the first brackets maxed out. So again, all these first numbers is the max out of the previous lines. All of them, not just one, all of them. Plus, okay, 24%, 0.24, times my binomial, x minus, go grab that 86,375 again, and there is my function. But it only works for those dollar values. All right? Everybody's starting to see the pattern. Okay, I want you to do this on your own. I want you to do the next three lines on your own. Okay, so get your calculator warmed up. Go ahead. What you can do, pause the video, and then when you come back, we'll see if you got the three lines right. All right, welcome back. So the next line, 33603 plus 0.32 times x minus 164925. Oops, for that tax bracket. The next maxed out value, 47,843, then plus 0.35 times x minus 209425. Whoops, come here, mouse, what are you doing? There's my domain restriction, maxing all of them out until to here. Put this number in for x. You should get $157,804. 0.25 plus 0.37 times x minus for anything over or equal to $523,601. Sound good? All right, great. So that wraps up the 4.1. If you didn't get these three right, pause it, make sure you write them in so you got it correct. If you can't figure out what you did wrong, please contact me. Let me know.